Hello.
Hi there. Hi.
Today we're just going to do a short video on some reselling categories that I feel like are overlooked and I didn't hear a whole lot about when I was looking for different items to sell online. I will say real quick too, look everything up, check out the sell-through rate, that's key. Fire-resistant clothing is the first item I want to talk about. If you live in an area like I do, the Houston area, you find tons of fire-resistant clothing inside the bins, and this kind of stuff can go for very decent money. Of course, the better the brand, the better the return, but it's specialized clothing that people in the trades need, and they pick it up all the time. It doesn't have to be in perfect condition, but very good condition, little staining. That's what we're looking for when it comes to fire-resistant clothing. All right, jumping right into the next category, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Okay, I didn't think this kind of stuff would sell at all when I first got into reselling. I figured this is the kind of thing that you're going to want your own. If you join the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts, you're going to want your own shirt. You're going to want your own patches. I didn't really think it was collectible. I didn't think that people did hand-me-downs when it came to this kind of item, because usually when I find it, I find a Boy Scout shirt or a Girl Scout dress, and they already have patches attached to them. But people still buy them, and they buy them quick. I never pass up on Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts at the bins. I usually can pick it up for under $1, and it will sell anywhere between $15 and $20 for me. So, yes, I would definitely pick that up if I saw it.
Let's go get them.
Another category a lot of people pass up is sheet music. Now, sheet music can be passed up for several reasons, I think. One, if you're a reseller and you understand the value of certain records and certain CDs, there's some very common records and CDs out there that just don't go for very much money. However, their sheet music counterpart can actually go for more than the common records and CDs. For example, if you pick up a $5 or $6, classic rock record that's very common, the sheet music equivalent sometimes can go for $15, $20. So definitely look up sheet music, and that is something I'm always looking into. The really rare stuff can go for hundreds of dollars, and if you find a big stack of it, I would definitely look it up, because some only goes for $2, $3 a piece, and I would leave that now, but there's some pieces that are diamonds in the rough. So.
And you had to look that up?
Another category I have heard people talk about before is Bibles, but just to clarify on Bibles, the ones I found that are usually worth the most, besides the really old and vintage ones that aren't very common, are the study Bibles. Study Bibles do go for decent money, especially if they're bonded leather, especially if they're giant print. And then another Bible-related item is Bible commentary. There are a lot of Bible commentary out there that are rare and that people pay very good money for. I've sold some for hundreds of dollars, and they're also fairly common when it comes to finding them at the bins. A lot of people pass them up because the Amazon book resellers, they'll pass them up because they don't have a barcode inside the back. They're usually vintage books. And then other people pass them up because unless that's your particular interest, they just don't seem that interesting. Another item I would suggest picking up is high-end vacuum parts. There are some very expensive vacuums out there, especially the old vintage stuff that's more professional and industrial use. And you don't have to pick up the whole unit. A lot of times these units will be broken at the bins. So you might test them and be like, oh, this vacuum could be worth $300-$400. You test it out and it's broken. But the parts themselves could go for $25 a piece. So be on the lookout for vacuum parts, high-end parts, rare vacuum parts. Nobody picks those up, at least at the bins that I go to. And yes, routinely every month we sell vacuum parts.
I suggest you go find some.
Another item, kind of in the music category, that a lot of people pass up here at the bins in the Houston area is Spanish language records. It doesn't really matter the decade. It could be the old early stuff in the 60s and 70s, or more modern stuff. I think these are passed up a lot of times because people don't speak the language. Although there's a lot of Spanish-speaking resellers that go to my bins, they just don't sell in the record category. They're mostly looking for clothes and toys. So I find them all the time there, and there are lower prints inside the Spanish language, especially here inside the United States, and they're highly collectible. So I mean, we've made a whole lot of money. I've sold some, close to $100 a piece, and a lot of times I'll find a big stack, of someone's little collection there, and I'll get on average $15-$20 a piece, and for 50 cents each, that's something I would definitely pick up every single time. And one last item for you, specialized equipment. If you see something but it has a model number and you just don't know what it is, always look up those items, because we've made really big money, great money on items that nobody else even knows what they are. Recently we picked up a little dental instrument and made some decent money on those. It weighed nearly nothing. And we found this other broken piece of equipment, and we made some decent money on that as well. And these were items that were there for hours. Everybody just walked right by them, and they're still there. And those are the kind of items, if you become a full-time reseller, you need to rely on, because of course there's vintage clothing and jerseys and modern records. I pick them up. Modern electronics, oh yes, and toys and action figures, all the items we know are hot right now. The in brands, I buy all that stuff too, and it's a big part of our business. But I gotta rely on these items that are often passed up on, and we see them there every single week. So I hope this little video was helpful for you. Please leave in the comments, what are your top 3 items that you feel are often overlooked but still sell for big money? If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.